Hi everyone. In my last video, we have started this series called Data Source, importing the data in ServiceNow table from various data source. So in today's video, we are going to create a new use case where we will transform the data from a file to ServiceNow table by addressing these certain validations. Okay. So let's go first. Let's see the data. So this is the data we need to import this data in one of the table we have created called student table. We have student name, email, contact number, branch and city. So is all four record needs to be inserted? No. We have certain validations. If those record passes the validation, then only they need to be inserted. So what these validations are, first email should be in format of this abc@email.com, like we have at the rate and dot in a email. Phone number should contain 10 numeric digit. If a phone number is not containing 10 numeric digit, that record should be aborted. Again, branch data should be validated from existing branch table. What is it? We will come into it. If email already exists, update the record, do not create a new record. So these are the four validation mainly we need to take into the consideration while uploading the data or while importing the data from file to our table. So what are the prerequisites? We have created a table called student. Let me show it to you. This is the table where we will be importing our data. Currently we have no record into it. Okay, we have these five fields: branch, city, contact number, email and student name. And I have explained that branch should be validating from this branch table. Okay. So if branch, whatever branch they have written there, if it does exist in this table, then only that record will be inserted. Okay. So let's focus on the data again. I have taken these records, like all four record will not insert it, like they will be awarded by the validations. So if I focus on the first record, it is good. Okay, this branch mechanical is existing. Okay, contact number is of 10 digit. Okay, and email is in good format. If you focus on the second record, the current record, phone number is not of 10 digit, so this should be ignored. Then in this Rahul email, we have not used the correct format, like after the at the rate, this dot is missing, so this should also not go. And the third, we have taken the branch as computers, where in my existing branch table, the branch name is computer. Okay. So let's run this data source first and see what is happening. We need to go in data source. As of now, this data source is already existed, just to demonstrate, but we will create it from scratch one more time. Okay. So this is the data source we have created, student DS. Currently, we have uploaded this Excel file. Okay. We can test by clicking on this load all record. You can see here this 4 record has been inserted. Okay. Now run the transform. Okay. If we click on the transform history, you will see here the only one record is inserted. So what this one record is, that Akash record, because every data is fine in this Akash record. So if I refresh my student table, okay, you will see here all other three records are ignored. The only inserted record is this Akash. So now I am going to delete the existing data source, and we will see, to demonstrate you, we will create all the configuration from scratch. So what I'll do is, let me delete this. So before I start creating data source, let's understand what are the prerequisites. So there were two table which I have created is student. Okay, so you need to create a similar table as an student. Okay, and these will be the fields within this. Like all four fields are string type, one is the reference kind of field. So you need to create a student table in similar way. Thereafter, we have another table called branch table. Okay. I hope you all will be able to create this table data because it's a simple one. And in this branch table, we have only one field, a string kind of field. Okay, branch. Now, moving on to the data source. Important configuration that we need to create for this implementation. Open the data source under the system import set. Click on new. Okay, I'm giving name student data source this time. Okay, so import set table will automatically gets created. I am writing student data. Okay, now our file type will be Excel, seat number will be 1, header could be 0 as well. Okay, save this record and attach the required Excel, which is this student data. What I'll do now is, this student transform map is already gets created, so I am not using this because this is already existing. I am deleting this now, and what I'll do is we will create a new. Okay, so PM student I am giving name. So this is the source table, and here is the target table we need to select is the student table. Okay, save this record. Our data source is created. Let's load all records first to get the record in this staging table. Now I can use this auto map matching fields because we have given the similar name. If not, you need to use this mapping assist. So we have mapped three fields: branch, email, and city. Okay, so branch name and city. Okay, so contact number will go in this. This contact number. Okay, so we can do it via manually, like create a new field map. Okay, we have created mapping for name, email, contact. Okay, so branch we will map by the script. Uh, my mistake. So we have this map ready. Now the duplication will be ignored by this coalesce field called email. So I'll make this coalesce true. Okay, so concept of coalesce field is pretty simple. Let's understand. Suppose we have this record already existed, okay, and we put coalesce on this email field, okay. So now if I'm going to import this data from the file, okay, this is already existing in the student table. So what will happen? It will go and check this email is already exist. So it will update this record. Okay, it will not insert a new record. So Roorkee will become Delhi now because all other fields are matching. If we have change in this field as well, okay, then on and then these field also be updated. New record will not be created until and unless the coalesce is matched. Okay, so hope you understand the concept of the coalesce. Now what I'm going to do is we have created this data source, we have created this transform map. Okay, now for the validation what I need to do is now is we need to create the transform scripts. Okay, because this is the one important section. Where is my data source? I have opened lot many tabs. Let me close some of them. Okay, I am also deleting this student data, so we can validate it again while we complete our data source. Okay, this is empty. Delete this. Okay, now what I need to do is we need to create the transform scripts now to validation. Okay, how we can do this is go in this transform script section, okay, and click on new. So there were various type of transform script we'll explain in a separate video because this video will go long if we start explaining this type of transform script. So what I am going to select is the on before because we need to validate our data before inserting into the target table. Okay, we have this auto created function called run transform script and we have some predefined parameters of it as well. So what these parameter are like source is used to access the source data, like source means staging table data. Okay, so if I wanted to access the source data field, we can access using this source. Map is to access the transform map fields. Okay, log is again simple to logging any error, warning, info. We can use this log. And thereafter we target is for accessing the target data field like in our case this u student table is the target, so if we wanted to access this we can use this target parameter. Now our first validation is email should be in format of this. Okay, so how we can create this validation? We just need to write a simple script for this. Go back. So open this source table. Okay, this is the source table. Okay, so we can copy the backend name from here, from this source table. How we can create? Just use the session util, or you can use any method like, okay, by clicking on this show email. So for email, if we receive email, so what we will write if source dot u underscore email. We need to check the indexing. First, I'll trim this. So I'll do where. Let me trim for any white spaces. Okay. I'm checking the indexing of both at the rate and dot. So what I'll do, email dot index of. Let me complete this code first, then we will explain. Let's write dot index. For this, I am taking the last index because this dot should be coming after this at the rate. So, okay. So if what I'll do at indexes, I hope this indexing and trimming are the simple method for string. You all be knowing this. This is in simple JavaScript, guys. So what I'll do is if at index is less than 1, dot index. Okay, dot index should be what? I'm using this log parameter. Okay, we have this predefined. If we wanted to ignore any record, but what I need to write is just ignore equals to true. Okay, and return. So what this is doing is like this at the rate should not be come in the beginning, so it will be filtered by this. Okay, then this dot index should comes after this at index. Okay, so this will be validated by this, and dot index should be greater than the email length minus 1. Like it should this at the rate this dot should not be coming in the very end. We must be having some text after it. Okay, so our validation for email is ready. What I need to do is I need to validate the phone number now. If the phone number is of no 10 digit or not. So for this to validate, what I'm doing is let me repeat this code again. If we get the phone number, if source dot this field. Okay, better we convert into the string first. So I'll use to string dot print. Then I'm using a regex here. Like what is the regex? Regex are used to you can search here validate regex. Okay. Let's type what is regex expression. So basically, regex expression is a sequence of character that defines a search pattern. So what will be the search pattern here? That it should be a 10-digit number. So you can explore like how we can write a regex. Okay. So for our case, it should be where let's create another variable phone regex equals to. So regex will be this. You can search it like what this regex will do. It will automatically get from the Google. Okay. So what I'll do if phone regex phone regex dot test. Okay. What I'll test, I need to test our phone. If this not matches with the pattern, what I'll do, I'll just log the error again. Log dot error. I need to write invalid contact number. Okay. Again, if it is invalid, I am ignoring this record. And I'll return. Now, the third validation should be that my branch should be matching with this branch table. Okay. So I'm quickly writing this where branch equals to new slide record from this U branch table. Branch dot add query. This is again a simple glide record query that the name of the branch should be matching with the whatever the branch getting from the source. Okay, so we need to query it. If we got the branch data, we need to map. So if we got this data as, then we will map it to the target. Pass the complete record because it is in the target table. This branch we have created as in the reference record. So yes, if we match, then we need to map it. Else we need to ignore it. So I'll simply write else ignore equals to. Let me log the error again. Log dot error invalid branch. Okay. So all three validations are now created. Okay, let's save this record. What we can do now is we just need to validate it. Like we have created this script and we need to validate it now. Okay. So let me validate the things. Our transform map is ready. Okay, on before script is ready, and currently we do not having any data in this student table. Let me open this student table again. No data. So what I can do now is we need to load all records. All four records are inserted. Run the transform now. Once we click on the transform, okay, This is completed. Go on the transform history. See, this one record has been inserted. Okay, so it will come on this student table. And you can also check the logs, like what all record has been ignored. So you can see here this invalid contact number, invalid branch, okay, invalid email ID. Okay, so that is how you can debug it. Okay, hope this video will be benefited you in all aspect of this data sources, how to create a data source, how to create a transform map, the use of coalesce. Guys, lot of effort in this video, especially the recording one because that is not my interest. So please, you can do only one favor. You need to drop your comment and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.